Hey there, do you find balancing a chemical equation difficult? Or you take a really lot of time in balancing it? Then in this video, I have a trick for you to balance a chemical equation. And you can use this trick to balance any chemical equation in a really less time. So hey, what is up people? This is Divyansh and you're watching Learnium, where we learn and discuss with a lot of fun. Now let's begin. Okay, so here we have an equation Fe plus H2O giving us Fe2O3 plus H2. Okay, so here we have this equation and we have to balance it. So before starting, the first thing that we should know that this is the reactant side and this is the product side. Okay, so these reactants react with each other to give us the products. So this thing we should know. Now let's begin with the trick. Okay, so first thing that we have to do is we have to write the alphabets as a coefficient here. So we're gonna write A, B, C and D. Okay, this is very easy. So this was our first step. Now next step, what we have to do? Okay, so let's pick any element you want. So first I am picking up iron here, right? Fe meaning iron. Now here what we are going to do, so how many iron atoms are there in the reactant side? Only one of them, right? So one iron atom here. So we're gonna write 1, and what is the coefficient? A. So we have 1A. Now we all know that 1A or simply A, these are the same thing, right? 1A or A. So we can simply write this as A only. Okay, so for the iron on the reactant side we wrote A here. Now that would be equal to what? Now let's come to the product side. Now here again choose the iron here. How many iron are there? 2 of them. And what is the coefficient? C. So we're gonna write this. So A is equals to 2C. Very easy, right? Now let's take another element. Let's say hydrogen here. So how many of them on the reactant side? 2 of them. And what is the coefficient? B. So we're gonna write this. Okay, so we have 2B. Now this is equals to hydrogen here. Yes, 2 of them. And D here. So we're gonna write 2D. Okay, so here we have 2B is equals to 2D. Now here in this equation we can clearly see that this 2 and this are getting cancelled out. Okay, and if you don't know, by the way, so here is the explanation. So see, here we had 2B is equals to 2D. Now here what does this mean? That 2 is getting multiplied by D, right? 2D means 2 is getting multiplied by D. Now since it is getting multiplied here, when we take this on the other side of equation, it will get divide, right? So here getting multiplied, now on the other side it will get divide. Now here it is getting cancelled out. So here I did that directly. So what we had? B is equals to D. Okay, now what's the next element? Oxygen. How many on the reactant side? Only one of them. And what is the coefficient? B. So we're gonna directly write B, right? Not writing it as 1B because it is the same thing. Now on the product side, so this is equals to 3C, right? 3 oxygen and C is written here. So we're gonna write this as 3C. Okay, so first of all let me get rid of this. Okay, so here we have finally got our 3 equations, right? Equation 1, 2 and 3. Here we have this. Now this was our second step. After writing alphabets we have to write the equations like this. Now the next thing is that we have to find a compound or an element which has the highest number of atoms in it. Okay, so हमें एक कंपाउंड ढूंढना है जिसमें सबसे ज़्यादा एटम्स हैं. So here we can clearly see that Fe2O3. Here there are 2 iron and 3 oxygen, total of 5 atoms. Okay, so we're gonna choose this one. Now since we have chosen this one, now see the coefficient there, it is C. So we gonna assume, right, let me write that with the red pen. So we gonna assume that C is equals to 1, right? C is equals to 1. Why? Because this compound has the highest number of atoms. Okay, so now since we have assumed that C is equals to 1, we're gonna take this value and put this in these equations here. Now in the first equation, what we can see, A is equals to 2C. Now in the place of C, we're gonna write 1. So we have 2 multiplied by 1, right? So what we got, A is equals to 2, right? So simply we got A is equals to 2. This is the first thing. Now the next equation is B is equals to D. Right now we don't know B, we don't know D, so we're gonna leave it like this here. Now let's come to the third equation. Here we have B is equals to 3C. Now in the place of C, we're gonna write 1. So we have 3 times 1, which is 3 itself. So B is equals to 3. Now since we have got B is equals to 3, we can take this value and put this into our second equation. So in the place of B, we're gonna write 3 here. So we got D is equals to 3. See, we got the value of A, B, C and D here. Now I think we are almost done. Now what we have to do, we just need to write the values of A, B, C and D in this equation. So we had this equation, Fe plus H2O giving us Fe2O3 plus H2. Now we just need to write the value of, so here we have A. Now what is the value of A? Yes, 2 here. So we're gonna write 2. Now what is the value of B? Yes, here it is. B is equals to 3. So 3H2O. Now here we have assumed that C is equals to 1. So we're gonna write 1. But actually we don't need to write 1, right? Because that's the same thing. So we're gonna leave it as it is. And now the value of D here, right? D here. What is the value? 3. So this is our balanced equation. And this was really easy. I hope that all of you understood this. So this is our balanced equation. Okay, so our equation is balanced now. So 2Fe plus 3H2O giving us Fe2O3 plus 3H2, right? So this was very easy. So first we need to write the alphabets A, B, C and D, then write the equations, then find out the value of A, B, C and D, and then just put that into our equation, and we got the balanced equation. Okay, now we're gonna take few more examples. Okay, so now we are taking one more example for that. So we have CH4 plus O2 giving us CO2 plus H2O. Okay, so now we have to balance this equation. Now you tell me, what's the first thing that we have to do? Yes, write the alphabets here. So we're gonna write A, B, C and D, right? Okay, that's great. Now the next thing, we have to make the equations here. So see, let's take carbon first. On the reactant side, 1 carbon, and what is there? A. So we're gonna write A here. And on the product side, how many of them? Yes, it is 1 carbon again. So we're gonna write C here because C is the coefficient. Okay, that's great. Now let's go to hydrogen here. So 4 hydrogen and A is the coefficient. So 4a. Okay, now this is equals to 2 hydrogen and D is the coefficient. So we're gonna write 2 times D here. Now here we can see that this 2 and 4 will get cancelled out. So we're gonna write 2 1s are 2 and 2 2s are 4. So what we have here? Yes, we have 2a is equals to D. Okay, so let me write it like this. Okay, so this is our second equation. Now let's go to oxygen here. So we have 2 and B here. 2 oxygen and B is the coefficient. So 2B, and this is equals to here C, but now here we have oxygen in both the compounds. Okay, so how we can write this? Okay, so 2C. Okay, so 2C. Now we're gonna write plus in between. Okay, and after plus we have 1 oxygen, and what is the coefficient? D. So we have 1D. Now instead of writing it as 1, we're gonna simply write this as D alone. Okay, so here we have these 3 equations. Now the next thing, you tell me what we have to do. Yes, find out the compound which has the highest number of atoms. And here we have CH4, 1 carbon, 4 hydrogen, total 5 atoms. Okay, so this is the highest. So we're gonna assume, yes, what we're gonna assume? Yes, A is equals to 1 because A is the coefficient here. Okay, now since A is equals to 1, we can put the values here of A here. So in the first equation, what we can see? Yes, A is equals to 3. Sorry, A is equals to C. So instead of A, we are writing 1, and 1 is equals to C. So here we have 1 is equals to C. Okay, now we have A is equals to D. 2A is equals to D. So 2 times 1 is equals to D, or simply 2 is equals to D. So here we have D is equals to 2. Now next we have B. So we know the value of C as well as D. So let's just put it here. So the value of C is 1. So we can write here 1. So 2 multiplied by 1 and then plus, and what is the value of D? It is 2. So instead of that, we can write 2 here. So 2 plus 2 is 4 here. So we have 2B is equals to 4. Now this will again get cancelled out. So we have 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 4, right? So we have what we have here. Yes, B is equals to 2. And now we have got the values of A, B, C and D. Now we are almost done, right? Because now we just have to write the values there. So here we have the equation. Now let's just write the values here. So we have A is equals to 1. So by the way, we don't need to write 1. Now B is equals to 2. C is equals to 1. Again, we are not writing it. And D is equals to 2 here. So our equation is balanced here, right? And I hope that all of you are enjoying this and all of you are able to understand this, right? So this was really easy, right? And just remember that if you are getting same element in different compound, so write it like plus in between. Okay, now we are taking one more example, final example, and I hope that after that you're gonna master this trick. Okay, so here I have taken very easy equation, but there is a reason behind that why I have taken this. So just keep watching it, right? So first write it like this: A, B and C. Now we have to make the equations here. So 2 hydrogens, 2 times A, this is equals to 2 times C. And here we can see that this 2 and okay, C is not proper. Okay, so here we have 2A is equals to 2C. Now this 2 and 2 will get cancelled out. So we have A is equals to C here. Okay, so 2A is equals to C. Now next thing, 2 oxygen, 2 times B, that is equals to 1 times C, or simply C here. Okay, so our equation is also formed now. Okay, the next thing we have to do, find out the compound with the highest number of atoms. And we can clearly see here we have H2O with 3 atoms. Okay, so we gonna assume C is equals to 1. Okay, now since we got C is equals to 1, now we can replace the values here. So A is equals to, right, we can replace C with 1. So we got A is equals to 1. This is our first equation, or the value of A. Now here again C is equals to 1. So we have 2B is equals to 1. See, that is why I have taken this quotient. Now here 2 is getting multiplied, right? So take that on the other side, it will get divided. So what we got? B is equals to 1 by 2 here. So now you might be wondering, hey, we got 1 by 2 and now what we have to do, right? So what we can do here, what is the solution for this problem? So just multiplied everything by 2. Why? See, if we multiply by 2 here, what we got? This 2 and this 2 will get cancelled out. So we got B is equals to 1. Now since we have multiplied 2 here, we have to multiply it everywhere. So multiply it by 2 here also, as well as here also. So now we got that A is equals to, yes, 2 ones are 2. B is equals to, yes, 1. And C is equals to 2. Now what we have? So this was our equation. And let's just write the values of A, B and C. So A is equals to 2, right? B is equals to 1, we don't need to write it, and C is equals to 2. So this is our balanced equation. Okay, so from this question what we have learned, that if we get the answers in fraction, just multiply it by 2, not always by 2. For example, if instead of this we got 1 by 3, now in this case what we're gonna do? Yes, we would multiply it by not 2 but 3. Okay, and now since we have multiplied by 3 here, we would multiply 3 by everywhere, right? So not always by 2, you have to take a number according to the situation. Okay, so I hope that all of you understood this trick, and now I'm giving you few equations to balance. And don't forget to write the answers in the comment box below. Okay, so that's it for this video, and thank you very much for watching.